Hey everybody, Rich here with Anglers, and today I wanted to talk about our plugging kit that we built here at the store. So you buy the plugging kit, comes in this nice 3600 size Plano box, and inside we're going to find all kinds of fun, good striper plugging stuff. So let's take a look through. We've got some diving baits for fish that are going to be a little more suspended, a little bit deeper in the water. We've got a diving plug here. This one's a Uzuri 3D Minnow. Really nice lures. Cast these out. You're going to give these a nice retrieve. Steady retrieve. Stop, steady retrieve, stop. Twitch the bait just a little bit. You don't want to work these too hard. Keep them kind of running a little bit slower. And we get the Lonely Angler topwater bait. So this is a twitch style bait. You're going to do what we call walk the dog with these. So this bait sits on the surface of the water, rod tip down. You want to twitch, slow retrieve, twitch, slow retrieve. And by doing this in a repetitive motion, what will happen is when you twitch, the bait will go one way. When you twitch again, the bait will go the other way. And you just keep this motion going, and it moves back and forth. So the rattles inside will rattle, it'll splash back and forth, and it does what we call walk the dog. Really appealing retrieve to catch striped bass on top, so definitely want to give these a try. Go back to our traditional topwater popper. Nice big profile. This one's from Lonely Angler. Nice big cupped face. This will sit on the surface of the water, and we want to retrieve these. We want to give a nice hard pop, reel the slack up. Hard pop, reel the slack up. Pop, pop, reel the slack up. And what we're doing is we're pushing water with the nose of this bait. So as it's going through the water, it's pushing and it's surging water and it's making those rattles work around. The big thing with topwater baits is making as much commotion on the surface as you can. You occasionally want to stop, especially if you see an explosion. If you see a fish come up, stop. Don't immediately set the hook, because a lot of the times what they're doing is they're stunning the bait, not necessarily eating the bait. So you want to keep these working, but periodically you want to stop and let that fish catch up to it. Let them actually get a chance to get it in their mouth. So definitely want to do that with the popper and the twitch bait. This is another popper from Striper Delight. Let's get this guy out of here. A little smaller presentation, old school colors, that red head with the silver flake on the sides, got the bucktail on the tail. This would be good for schoolie size fish, fishing in the creeks and in the rivers. You might want to have one of these tied on for that. Going subsurface again, we've got the Rattle Trap. There's one lure in the world you needed to catch dinner, it would be a Rattle Trap. So that is one of my favorite lures, that chrome, either a black back or blue back. This one's black. Rattle traps work fantastic, very easy to use. You're going to cast these out. If it's an original rattle trap, it'll sink. If it's a floating trap, it'll be on top, and then it'll dive down when you retrieve it. Tie to the eye. The flat nose creates this bait to dive down. When it dives down, it's going to rattle back and forth. So it's very noisy, very flashy, very appealing lure. I like to do a steady retrieve and then pull the rod. Steady retrieve, pull the rod. I don't like to jerk these too much. I want to kind of pull, and when I pull, what happens is a steady retrieve, it sounds like that. And when I pull, it'll speed up. So I'm varying it by how fast I'm retrieving it, not necessarily jerking the rod, just a slow pull. So that's the Rattle Trap. Johnson Silver Minnow, one of my favorite old school lures. It's a spoon. You can, these come weedless. You can fish them in grassy areas or around structure, and feel free to bend that wire up, keep it weedless so that you don't get snagged. Slow retrieval on these. These you do not want to go super fast. If this lure's spinning as you're retrieving it, you're going too fast. So you want to make sure that you give a nice, slow, steady retrieve. You want that bait to waddle through the water. Tackle tip, you can jazz these up by putting a little soft plastic on the end, like a twister tail, a grub of sorts. Give it a little extra action. But these are a great lure, come in a variety of different sizes. Lastly in the box, we'll find a Flutter style jig, so a flat profile. These are completely metal, so they're very heavy. They're going to get down really well. It's got a single sidewash hook on the end. And what I do with these, I drop them to the bottom, and I lift and lower. Lift and lower. When it comes up straight, and when it drops, it'll flutter going down. Nice and shiny, nice vibrations in the water. So that's the plugging kit from Anglers. We hope you guys stop by and check one out. And good luck out in the water. Have fun out there.